Welcome back to the Vintage Unicorn Beauty Makeup, etc. Today is day 7 of my alternative makeup looks, and I chose to do a Goth Scarlet cut crease. And as you can tell from the scars on my arms and the cracks in my lips and the dents in my car and the bruises on my hips, I'm not the carefullest of girls, but I would still really appreciate it if you took some time to hit it and you took some time to subscribe, because I'd really like to give you this Kat Von D exclusive 10th anniversary gift. So keep on following me this way for more geekiness and more makeup and more fun. Thank you. Mwah. All right, let's get started with this tutorial. I have been so excited for it. The big thing was that I couldn't figure out exactly how I wanted to approach this look, but oh my gosh, I think it is one of the most beautiful alternative makeup styles there is. And also, if you read the description, this is the unveiling of my giveaway. I will not be using the product that I'm giving away because it is already sold out, so that is the one. That is it. I'm also trying to really shorten these videos, so I have already kind of done my skin routine and my eyebrows. I will contour and such in a few. So let's jump right into my beautiful smoky Gothic Scarlet eye. To do so, I need several brushes. I need my blending brush, I need my trusty pencil brushes. I just felt a brush hit the ground. That's okay though, I will go dig it up later. All right, so starting with a kind of medium shadow brush, more on the flat side and domed, I want to, out of the Kat Von D Divine palette, I want to take the white and I want to swoop that all over my lid, but I don't want to get too much in the crease because this is going to be another cut crease. I don't know why I'm just obsessed with this cut crease concept. And I just want to pluck up that brow bone, get a nice clean canvas to work with, and then I'm just going to start smoking out black and gray to make that gradient atop which the Scarlet will go. All right, so same brush, I am going to dip into Hairspray, which is a very glittery color, and I just want to start building a little bit of depth in that eye, but I don't want there to be too much shimmer. So just kind of hollowing it out using that Hairspray color. Now if I were to use my finger flat, I could get a very large glitter payoff, but right now I just want some of its undertones, so I'm using a slightly heavier hand to just give a base transition. And then I want to dip straight into Filthy, which is it Filthy or is it Tilty? It's Filthy, which is a gray, and very slowly I want to start building up the intensity of that crease. Going in and out and just start smoking and feathering it out. And I eventually want to build this to black. So I am going to continue packing that eyeshadow and then work on the black. All right, now that there is a good amount of gray on my brow crease area, I want to start accentuating the shape that I'm going for, which is almost a butterfly wing. So it's not going to be a full wing, but I want it to come out and then blend smoothly into the crease, and just keep feathering that out, building the shape gradually. All right, so once I have established that shape in the gray, I want to go in with a slightly more precise brush. So I'm going to elect for my all-time favorite, my Morphe Pencil Precision Brush M321. I'm getting better, and I want to slowly start adding, I think it's Hard Magic. It's the black in the Divine palette. Any black, any gray will work, and I just want to really start slowly and add slowly. It's much better to go in slowly and add over time than to get a big glob of color and have to blend it out. You'll end up probably taking more time if you use more color. So starting to really intensify that black and get that shape going. All right, so now that shape is very much built in with the black, again, I want to start with the gray on the same brush and start building my wing to my lower lash line so that I have a very dark smoked out crease going on with a transition into a dark under eye. And I want that to be very smoky and intentional, but I want it to be messy at the same time, if that makes any sense. That's why I'm going in with the gray. And then I'm just going to do the same on the other side. This will also accentuate the eye and heighten the eye. So now that I have set up the initial framework for the eye, I'm going to go in and cut the crease. But what better time than to bring out the present? So this is going to be my 100 subscriber celebration giveaway, and it is the 10th anniversary palette. It is this one exactly, so I'm keeping it very much nice and in its original packaging. It is beautiful. I took a little bit of a peek at it. It comes in a gold box and it features just a beautiful collection of Kat Von D shades. So remember, the minute that I hit 100 subscribers, someone is going to get that lucky palette, which is, by the way, sold out. So let's go straight in to cut the crease. To do so, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in Whiteout. And I just need any flat brush will work for this. Anything that I can get a fair amount of precision with. And I am just going to cut my crease as I normally would. And I'm doing it in white first, even though I am using a cream product for the Scarlet, because this is a gray-black gradient and it can get messy, so I don't want the red to get muddied up at all. So I'm just going to build in my natural crease with the white color and copy back on the other eye. All right, now that we have our creases cut and our black there, we are definitely going to go in and emphasize. I want to use, really, you can use any cream product that is red. I am using the Kat Von D 24-Hour Brow with a lip brush. But lipstick would work just as well for this, and I just want to paint everywhere that I cut the crease that bright scarlet red, with the exception of the inner corner, which I cut out so that I could highlight. And because I am going for a slightly shorter video time, this is something I do want to do on camera, but let me know what you think of the cuts and the shorter time. So yeah, any red lipstick would probably do just as well. The only thing is you may want to do a couple of coats and, you know, maybe cover with a little bit more powder. So I want that red to really pop out from that black. So I am definitely going in, and after it dries, I will apply another coat. I also want to build up just slightly outside where I cut out. I cut out the crease just slightly outside in that area between where I started blending the bottom and where I blended the top, so that the red sticks through even when your eyes are fully closed. And you would be amazed at how widening this is for your eye. All right, so I'm going to continue darkening and fill in the other eye. All right, once you have your red on both sides brought out to something of a wing, because there will not be a wing in this, but I want it to stand out against the black, it is time to get any shadow brush. I have a thing for Scone, and really go in to intensify that black, which may have gotten lost in translation, and that's just going to be a packing process. And I want it smoky, but I want it black. So slowly but surely building onto that, and then doming it out where we began to carve out that wing, so that there is a dome of black atop the red. And I am going to do the same on the other side. And I want everything to be fairly geometric in shape. It's almost taking on the shape of a wing, like a butterfly wing kind of look. And that's great. And may I say, this is working out really well. So I want it to meet up right where the wing of red is. And this side is not quite as round, so I'm going to continue adding black and getting that color on point. All right, so the ultimate shape should look something like this. My hair is at a smudge. I want to bring it in so that there is a cut going straight to the outer side. This side still needs a little bit of added black, so I am again taking the flat large shadow brush and swooping it and patting it, just so that the color pigmentation is there, the shape is there, and there is no question that that is black. So the gradient that we set down before really helped, because I didn't want to get too close to the red and I wanted a little bit of shading on the inner eye. So now it is time to line, lash, and be done. Like I said, there's not going to be a line on the upper line, but there's not going to be a line on the upper lash line, but if you feel like you would like to add a little bit of liner, that is absolutely understandable. I'm just going to take a gel crayon in a very dark black and fill that waterline into where it is overflowing with black. Now then, I am going to be applying false lashes instead of my regular magnetic, so I do want to put a little bit of a line of safety between the red and the black on my upper lash line, just because that's a little bit stark and it tends to, even for an alternative look, you don't want red too close to your eye without some kind of boundary. Alright, so our eyes are lined, and I would like to smudge mine out just to give a little bit of added effect. So I'm just going to take a little creasy brush, actually I'll use my M321 and start smoking that out, going into that gray gradient that I set down to begin with. Alright, there will be some cleanup because some has fallen, and that's totally fine, that is expected. And then I'm just working this on the upper lash line, not to interfere with the red, which should have already set by now, it has, but just to blend it in so that it'll transition nicely with those lashes. And if I want to sharpen anything up at this time while I have a little bit of that liner on there, that's a good way to do it. Alright, so lashes, camera, action. After applying a nice even coat of mascara, I am going to be using lashes in the style Shady Lane. Ooh, Shady Lane from Sugar Pill, but I do want to add a little bit of pop, so like I said, we're going to go back in with that hairspray and try and get that glitter to really stand out in that inner corner. Oh wow, there it is. And you could also use gold. I think gold would be really pretty with this look. But something about the silver just really spoke to me, and it was in the palette, so, you know, what can you do? Just to bring that inner corner to a nice pointed transition. And start blending that in and up along the red so that it meets up with the dramatic crease beginning. And if you want to, you know what, I will. I'm going to carve out that brow a little bit using that same color. I don't want to blend, I just want to apply though. Noticing there is a little bit of difference in the shape, or rather in the size of my two wings, but I think that's also a brow thing for me because this brow doesn't like, my brow doesn't like me. So I'm going to apply a little bit to my finger, wow. Just for a slightly more even application. And slowly bring it in so that it meets up with the rest of that. Alright, so I am going to apply my Shady Lane contour, and then we're done. Alright, so there we have it with some lashes, my Sugar Pill. I also put on some lipstick in the Studded Kiss Underage Red with a little bit of blush from my City Color palette in the purple middle shade, and some contouring on the nose and hollows of the cheeks. I am just so happy with this look. I'm kind of flabbergasted that I pulled it off, and I'm feeling very Dresden Dolls, very look at you sideways kind of thing. So don't forget, the giveaway is now live. 100 subscribers, be sure and leave comments and be subscribed, and you will be in the running to get your hands on the now sold out 10th anniversary Kat Von D palette. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please subscribe, and mwah.